We have some topics to go over today, so let's just cut the crap and get right to it. Now I'm going to leave a little space here and I'm just going to cover a couple quick names. The squeaking you hear in the background happens to be a chair that my little boy is using because it keeps him relaxed. Unfortunately, he needs some serious WD-40. Okay, so Facebook, our peers, currently their middle name issue is becoming... Now, instead of using the character's actual middle name, they decided to throw some bullshit in there, and I do mean bullshit. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? This isn't the only name I've run across. I can sit here and fill this whole thing up with bullshit names. I mean, there's one out there that's like, Chris, I'll punch the boulders, Chris, I'll punch the boulders Redfield. What? What? Why do you even need to put that as a middle name? Or, here's one, Leon S. Kennedy, the S being Scott. No, there's a guy out there with Leon, I will fucking epically dodge your lasers or some bullshit, Kennedy. What? 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 No, what? There's nothing I can really say about this. What? Now, there's a couple theories on why people are doing this, but no, my usual answer is going to be the common answer. Since these are based on canon characters and all, I've theorized that the reason why they're doing this is because they can't find their version of it. Well, they used a similar picture that the one I was using, and even though I put umlauts on my name or did any other fancy stuff with the name, I just can't find my version, even though I have to log in to adjust anything on my version. But I want to maybe be friends with my alt on that version and yada yada and blah blah blah. Just stop, cut it the fuck out. It's not a meme, it's just stupid looking. Nevertheless, when Facebook decides to do it sweep, it'll inevitably grab those first. I'm just saying. But let's go ahead and get to topic 2, because this first topic, I could beat this into the ground for about 20-25 minutes, but we got other stuff to cover. Well, we got at least one more topic to cover, so there's no point in me doing that. Now, this one is a little bit different. A hate mail and mail that's asking why certain people are still role-playing. I say certain people because I know a couple folks, a couple guys who are even older than I am, but they run tabletop still, and they run a few other things still, like Dungeons and Dragons, Rifts, things of that nature. They actually have people come over to their house and they still play tabletop and whatnot. And here's the catch. It's a hobby, it's something to do. And yet, there are still people out there going, well, I grew out of roleplay. Okay, if you grew out of roleplay, good for you. That's great, that's wonderful. Peace on to you and all that happy stuff. But don't come back around and start off with something hateful about it, and then when someone brings it up, you get all defensive and then you throw that out as an excuse. An example. A recent debate, well, my side's debate, her side was just political argument? I don't know. But my side was pretty much a standard debate. You brought this up, I challenged it with basic facts. So the girl pretty much stated, if I'm trying to remember this correctly, she said, what was it? She had this post before, mind you. She had this post before, but apparently she got no attention with it the first time. So a few months later, or whenever the next time she hopped on was, she put a similar post up saying, oh, I'm going to stop roleplay. Well, it was brought up to her attention initially, hey, you already said you're going to stop roleplaying. Why are you repeating that? But beyond that person, I was just like, okay, you know what? That's fine if you want to quit role-playing. Have a good time, whatever. Later. I'm not going to sit there and argue for you or with you or about you about this. You want to quit roleplay? No one's stopping you. Go ahead and quit. If you come back, great. If not, no sweat off my nuts. Just go. Well, apparently that was her little trigger because she decided to go off on a tangent about how she's grown up past roleplay and roleplay is stupid and no one roleplays seriously anymore and yada yada yada. And I'm sitting here letting her get all this out, big ass 2 paragraphs about this, and I came back simply going, if there's a problem with roleplay, why don't you try to, instead of arguing, step up to the people that you're having an issue with and try to fix it. No, you can't fix broken. Well, you can't fix fixed. If it's not broke, you shouldn't try to fix it. But now that it's broke, you have the option to fix it, but you don't want to fix it. So you shouldn't go around being elitist about it because it's already broke and you're saying don't bother fixing it. Well, this goes back and forth for a while where she pretty much gets mad at everything about me saying, hey, if it's broke, bring it up to the person and try to fix it. Apparently, she shouldn't have to worry about fixing it or talking to anybody because of what's broke. Doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get that. That's like paying for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and you see it advertises a couple characters, you went to play it, they're not on a disc. What? Is that okay by you too? Probably, because that is the gaming generation right now. Anyway, now I see where DLC problems come in. But moving along. As this goes back and forth, I point out there's different aspects. If you read a book, and you see that the ending page is 500, but for some reason you get a book, the first 200 pages are there, you're missing another 100, but the rest of the pages are there, you're missing a whole middle section, like someone just came up and ripped it out. Do you take it back to the book company and go, hey, what happened here? Would you go for a refund? Yes, you would, because it would be tangible in your hand. For some reason, people don't do this with video games. Oh, your game's not complete? Yeah, you don't need a refund. We'll just patch it in there and charge you another $5 to $10. They don't do it about that. They don't want to do it about roleplay. They don't want to do it about anything, pretty much. It's, okay, we'll accept this half-hearted bullshit. What? Again with the what? This is why we're having problems, folks. This is why games are having problems. This is why music's having problems. Music, the way they see it now, is just like, I just put a catchy beat on here, a nice hook, and done. And that's pretty much what most music is. It's just boom, boom, done. But I digress. Back on the roleplay point. As we're going back and forth on this argument, for me it's just debate, because I'm always asking the basic questions. After all this, I point out a few other things, and she, I guess, loses her mind. But I know the debate was won by my side because after I've already bashed her points and then threw out points of my own, instead of taking any other points I've given, instead of looking at any other points, she decided to freak out and just delete the whole post after doing her little snide response, which I'm pretty sure is a snide response. She's under 24, so it's probably a snide response. But since it was deleted before I saw it, I wouldn't know anything. Moving along. One of the big argument parts of the debate happened to be age. You had to be certain ages to do certain things. If you're reading a book, you have to be a certain age. If you like music, you had to be a certain age. If you roleplay, you had to be a certain age. And this is what really threw me off. This is the big one. This was the big hammering the nail into the coffin. I sat there and had to ask her. I was like, wait, you're telling me that there's an age restriction for roleplay? Now, I brought this up before, where I pointed out that most girls, debate with a girl, go figure, most girls, when they're doing roleplay, they're not doing roleplay for roleplay. They're doing the issue 3 thing, where they're having their characters look for another character because they want to hook up with somebody. And it didn't help her cause any because I kind of pointed out, what does age have to do with roleplay? And the first thing out of her mouth, the first sentence to counter that, what does age have to do with roleplay, is if you're still role-playing, you need eHarmony. I'm going to let you take a moment to process that. If you're a certain age and you're role-playing, you need eHarmony. you need eHarmony. For those of you who don't know, I am happily married. I have 2 wonderful little kids, and I have a lot of things going on off record as well as, quote, on record. So, I have enough of a life as it stands, but my hobby is roleplay. Now, when I saw issues, I not only brought them up, I made this nice little channel to help escort people to not repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. This way, if something comes up, they can just link a video and go like, it's gone, we've been over this. And even if they don't know me, I've heard that 1 or 2 people use my videos as a reference. God modding, well, the high def God modding one was like the biggest one people have been using, because it's not only is it basically Dragon Ball Z abridged, but it explains God modding in a nutshell, right then and there. But with that said, it's when people start basing roleplay off of real life age, that tells you something. That tells you right away. They're there for one reason, and one reason only. And the fact that she brought up eHarmony right from the get-go kind of told me exactly what type of roleplay she was doing and what she was looking for. Now, this is also a pain in the butt, because for those of you who know about me and roleplay in general, I'm a heavy advocate for roleplay because it's just like acting. That's all it is. If people can't separate the roleplay, if they have issues with if issue 3 is their major issue, they're not actors. They're not ever going to be an actor. Never, ever, ever. I know I'm not an actor, but in general, they should never be an actor because they're going to fuck up. Now, I understand what's going on nowadays with the True Blood couple and the Twilight couple and all that bullshit, where they're actually dating in real life to increase the tension and such on screen to make it seem more believable. No, that's issue 3. That's fucking issue 3 in a nutshell. I know. That's issue 3 in a nutshell. If you're dating in real life because you started dating in the movie or the show, what? That's like playing Call of Duty or Halo or Resident Evil and then going down the street and shooting someone in the face. It doesn't add up. You don't do that shit. It's not common fucking sense. If you step outside and there's a zombie actually eating somebody and they look at you, then yes, by all means, shoot a zombie in the fucking face. By all means, please do that. Please. But if that is not the case, if you just walk outside, decide to go to school, I don't like this guy. What, you think there's a respawn? No, motherfucker. You shoot someone, they die. So stop playing video games on that shit, because you read some books, there's some fucked up shit in them books. In some books, there's some fucked up shit. I kid you not. But I digress. The whole fact of the matter stands. Real life age, as I stated before, real life age, real life location, real life gender, real life anything. Anything on the player side should not have to do jack shit with the character. And I have to keep repeating this because people still argue that if you're a certain age, you shouldn't be role-playing at all. This is like the same arguments that I've seen other people deal with, where if you're white, you shouldn't be listening to hip-hop at all. You're white, motherfucker. You don't know what the hell hip-hop's talking about. Shut up. There's people out there that stand by that statement. If you're white, you should be listening to country. If you look a certain way, you have to be listening to rock and roll. If you act a certain way, you have to be listening to heavy metal. If you're like a thespian actor, you're probably obsessed with classical music. What the fuck does the appearance of a person have to do with what type of music they like? What does their age have to do with the type of music they like? I could say I put up with, but when I listen to music, I listen to music in general. That means, yes, I've listened to country. I have no problem with country. I've listened to classical. I have no problem with classical. I've listened to rap. I've listened to hip-hop. I've listened to pop. I've listened to all this other stuff in the middle. I've listened to fucking electro, techno, and all that stuff. I've listened to everything. I've heard it all. Hell, I even heard the freaking ecliptical witch chanting kind of musics, too. I've heard just about everything. And that's fine. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, music sucks. No. The current popular music has issues. But then again, it's kind of reflecting the times we're in right now, because people are accepting fucking half-assed video games and then paying another 10 to 15 bucks on Live or whatever, or the PlayStation Network or whatever the fuck it is, to get additional content that should have been on the disc. Hell, Capcom locks the shit on the disc. They sell you a $60 disc. I've been over that. I don't need to go over it again. I've been over that. That's my DLC stuff. Go back to the DLC videos. I've been over that. I've already been over music. I've been over DLC. Back on point. Your real life age should not have to do with anything to do with your character.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I am waiting for you. Are you threatening me? Look at the camera. Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
I can't.
That's a camera. Camera. Ooh. Nom, 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 nom. You're not threatening me. You're trying to threaten me. You shall give me TP. Go give me TP. You know what TP is? You know what TP is? You suck. No TP for you. She don't know what TP is. You. No TP. Hey. I play long game. Be pretty boy. Kick people. Batman. Ooh, Batman.
You see, I've had enough of little things like Dr. Pepper, milk, red couches, blue couches, phones. In fact, gadgets. I'm not even a fan of ramen. So cut it out, or I'll stomp you. With some other things. This voice needs a lot more work. Can't hold for too long. Actually, it annoys the throat.
I'm going to get you. It's a little discolored figure thingy. You want to hear a joke? What you get with your blue shirt and broken pants? You're a butt. Well, that should be something else, but yeah.